Hey there, Russell traders. David here of Trading Fibs, FIBZ.com, to bring you the Russell recap for April 10th, 2014. As always, please seek financial advisor when trading with your money, as these videos are for educational purposes only. Support your knowledge in the market, see what's going through my head on any given day, and always please make sure you have a solid trading plan and never move your stop when placing a trade. Holy wow, what a day. All four major indices, starting with the ES in the upper left-hand corner, dropping below its 25-minute open range with a little bit morning chop, as we see not only the ES and the YM were chopping sideways, the Russell bringing it down as well to the 1-hour open range. It was then let the cows out to graze as market just plunged in the deep red for throughout the day. Market internals was pretty much in the red for the day. Bias with the overall tick and AD line well below in negative 1700, and the Russell just plowing underneath the 1-hour per range, and overall 17-1 breadth on the Nasdaq, 8-1 on the NYSE. Here we see the major overall trend throughout the day, as on 5-minute chart here, 25-minute open range, TF pretty much chopped sideways. We had a daily pivot and daily gap, so this was really a no trade zone as price action had chopped up in the morning session. The night before, I had posted in the my levels on my blog site that based on according to previous numbers, I was without any crystal balls, as the night before actually had a most wonderful session, as I had called for a target zone of 1156, and that's where price had chopped up to. But the problem was price action trend was up, momentum trend down, and this led for caution of the momentum trend to continue with an. I was actually looking for an upside movement, but again, as any given day, I don't know what's going to happen. So while upside price action, I was hoping, I was also with some hesitation to look for some state of momentum downside, because the two were not in trend together. And so if price action did move down, I was looking at a daily momentum zone of under 1144. As we could see, the 25-minute open range came down to a low of 1147.5. So anything under that, I was already looking downside. Our average daily move downside would have been 1145.3. So really momentum sitting down there in 1144, looking for a total move for the day, hopefully down to the area of 1114.2. You could see these posted nightly or in the morning. My trading plan is not exactly where price is going. It's what I'm looking for, and like any given day, I'm always going to base it on the market internals and where I believe my best probability is. So here we had price action chopping sideways in the morning session. Our daily pivot between that and the Camarilla. Was able to get in some small ticks here, but then it was just break out after the 1-hour open range low in the daily S1. Price action held up at the post 30-minute S2 here and just fizzled out previous low, blowing through some weekly Fibonacci lines, monthly S1, holding up here with a couple trifecta line, weekly Fib line and weekly S1, but coming down here to the week's opening price around 1125.2, chopping it up, and I was really looking for it to actually come down a lot further to 1114.2, which would have been the weekly or the price action on a swing low. So here we have my quad setup. As we could see, here was the Heiken Ashi 534 EMA. Again, a lot of chopping sideways from the market open. Actually had some nice action to the downside, but again, you're in the 25-minute open range, and this was the daily pivot gap zone, so hands off. And then once we came under the 1-hour open range, it was all out 5 under 34. These are all Heiken Ashi selling bars with solid body tail down, and you can see the doesn't matter, you don't need any pivot lines here or any support lines. Those are only for managing your trade. As long as the 5 was under the 34, you could have ridden this down under the 1-hour per range. Again, I was calling for momentum under 1144, which happened to line up with the 1-hour open range. And so here we see price action just chopping up sideways. As we can see, the bottom right chart here, this is what I use to coordinate my 534 to see if I'm in trend. This is what keeps you in the trade, guys. Starting from the opening bell, 15 minutes after, here we're at the 5, under the 13, under the 21. Heikin Ashi sell signal down to the bottom of the 25-minute open range. He had a little chop sideways there, would have taken you out. And then underneath the 1 hour open range, together with the 534 EMA, as we can see here, it just rode itself down, and that is a continued trend. Nothing to take you out of that. I use my 5-minute chart here to plot my support lines. So here it is, that morning chop here to the Camarilla. Again, a way to manage your trade, but if you simply use the moving average, and I tend to choose the exponential moving average here, so you could see underneath, the best entry of the day was underneath the 25-minute open range and 1 hour open range. So 5 under 34, which has rode this down for at least a good 1145, 1135, at least 100, 120, 130 ticks downside. And then here we could see as well on the 5, 13, 21, and 80 in unison, the two together, along with the other indices. Write it down. You could have waited for the 5 to cross the 1321, take some contracts off, come back down again, even lower. But what a ride down today. And as we could see here, it was all on this. The AD line starting out at already negative 400. Once we got down to post almost 30 minutes to an hour, that AD line was sinking at negative 1200, and could have ridden this out the rest of the day. So, you know, what have we been looking at? When we look at all 4 indices, we know that they all plowed under today underneath the 25-minute open ranges. We've just been chopping it up sideways, giving a little bit back, taking a little bit. So last week we gave the market some up signals. Thursday, Friday, giving it all back. Already Monday, we had a down day. Tuesday, Wednesday up, and just gave it all back today. So momentum has really been downside. And when I take a look at my Fibonacci long-term targets on the weekly, here we have 1198.7 on a weekly chart. As you can see, we bounced 1, 2, 3 times, never being able to break that upside. And here we're already breaking through other support down below. And then taking a look at the monthly, never being able to get up to that 1264, and we're already down to the 100% Fibonacci level, finding some support at 1121. So what a day in the market. Who knows what to expect tomorrow? All I could tell you is that this ride down was just an ATM machine, taking contracts off along the way. Guys, traders in the sandbox today were all making money on whatever equity they were trading, or in the selling short on the indices. So this concludes today's wrap. Hope you all got a piece of that. Feel free to stop by at tradingfibs.com, any of my social media outlets, to obtain more information. My trading mantra: know one thing, know it well, rings true for all markets. Whether you trade the ES or Apple, my plan will keep you disciplined. You can find me every day on Twitter at Trading Fibs. I have a trading room that's open on Thursday and Friday mornings to the public. Just come to my resources page. The links will be posted there. And as always, I leave the crystal ball to the experts. I put my trading plan online for the night before. I'm not telling you where price is going. I'm just saying that's my plan, and I'm ready for it to go in either direction based on my 25-minute open range, using Heikin Ashi, EMA crossover, and I sure as heck use that AD line. And when that AD line is below 750, and we were bleeding today, there's money to be made. It's just a matter of managing it well and not giving it back to the market. So I only trade what's in front of me on the charts, not what's posted the night before. Hey, everybody, have yourself a Blue Zone day, and I will see you tomorrow.